What's going on, y'all? And welcome to another episode of Dominique the Podcast. We here every Tuesday. What's going on, Julie? Julie done dropped on in already. We here bringing the funny, having a funny good time, talking about what's going on in this crazy world all the time. So we're going to jump into this thing, and I'm going to introduce you to my funny guest. We're going to kick it off with Vanessa Fraction. Very funny. She done been working out here for years. We came up together. She in the ATL, but she's straight out of Chicago. Did I get that right, Vanessa?
You got that right. You got that right.
I knew I was okay. I thought I was on point. And my guy Larry Lancaster. Been working together for years. Hi, Frederick. Been working together for years. And he's straight out of Baltimore. I just seen Larry over the weekend at Magoobies. Shout out to everybody in Baltimore that came to Magoobies. We had a good time. They was off the chain. They was on fire in there. And I was glad to be back to work.
You were so funny, Dominique. I enjoyed watching you, man. Very right. Just naturally funny as shit. Good stuff.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all been back to work? Go ahead.
I was about to say that same thing. I was kind of curious. I've only done one show out of town. I think that I had to fly to. Excuse me. I think it was in Philly. Was I in Philly? Yeah, I was in Philly for Valentine's Day. But aside from that, I've been more like local stuff. Mm-hmm. Larry?
Yes, you called me like...
have you been working?
Well, wait a minute, Larry, is it true what they said?
Right. I'm studying for a pop quiz or something like that.
Larry.
It's been kind of slow for me too. I've been maybe once or twice a month have a gig, at that pace. But I've actually been okay not performing.
You been gigoloing?
No.
How you make your money?
Hey, Vanessa, a lot of people been out here gigoloing.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a way of life.
Gotta do, yeah.
but thank you for implying that I could if I wanted to. I appreciate
it. I mean, you over there eating oranges like you eat that, like you might eat that, thing.
Yeah.
Your lips look juicy, Larry.
Larry over there. It was good. I'm glad y'all on here today. So we're gonna jump into it. I know y'all heard this about going around on the internet about Derrick Jackson.
I knew you was gonna start with
you
that.
You knew I was gonna start there.
How
did you know I was gonna start there about Derrick Jackson?
Such a juicy topic.
That's a juicy topic. Derrick Jackson, he's out here giving relationship advice, and from what I understand, very hard on men. Right. And about what men need to do and how men need to check themselves and how men need to do this and do that. And he done got caught all the way out there.
Don't they always?
I mean, it's like, can men not cheat? Is that a thing? Well, or is better cheaters than others?
Well, the thing with him is most brothers feel sorry for a brother when he get caught. But for him, it was like, I never seen a bunch of brothers really I wanted his ass to get caught because he was with that self-righteousness, holier than thou type shit. And a lot of people didn't buy his shtick anyway. I think some people were starting to kind of get hip to it and start exposing him. So when it got to a point where he got caught out there, it was like, see, I told y'all he was full of shit.
Yeah.
So Larry, you seem very like you've been following this nigga.
No, I haven't.
You see that? Okay. I was gonna say you seem like
Vanessa, you don't have to drink Coke and Pepsi to know this shit is out there. Like I never really followed.
Okay, you said that, Larry. You went. Listen. I tried to put you in the corner. You fought your way out of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something.
He's one of those.
Let me tell you something.
Like the other brother, Kevin Samuels, you just kind of you don't have to follow.
He's polarized in that at times.
Right.
So
and their videos go viral, so you see him, on the timeline and stuff. So that's how I got with him.
So I'm with you too, Larry. I don't know what he be talking about. But once you seen one, you feel like you seen them all.
Right.
So it was I saw him in his car, and I was like, first of all, to me, I don't know why, but it was a little odd. Like, why are you always in the car? I always feel like people that always go live in a car got something to hide. Now, I don't know.
Wouldn't it be weird when they sitting in the car all the time?
Don't it, Dominique? Don't
He
it
do
just
seem
seem?
weird. It's like, why you always talking? But one thing about Plies will show you with him dancing in the house. He
Yeah, that's
always
and
slide
somebody
in
brought
the
that to me
video in
too.
the
I'm glad you brought that up because
yeah, he'll
somebody brought that
slide
to
in
me.
the
I said,
video
"Plies do slide in the house."
in front of the tub though. Huh. Then one time
We share that bathroom.
I saw him cooking, bitch. Ain't that what he say?
Yeah,
Bitch, I'm
bitch.
cooking spaghetti, bitch.
Listen, I like Plies.
As
I
a
do
former
too.
cheater, I'm gonna tell you something. Motherfuckers that cheat spend a lot of time in the car, and they
Don't they
always
spend time in the
have
car?
an hour and a half conversation.
Him and John Gray in the car. Him and John Gray.
Right. You say
What's
John
that, Pat?
Gray?
Yeah.
Another
He
cheater.
was a mess too. He said your mama was cooking pizza again. Was going off on with the side chick talking about how the wife eat what I don't know what her name is, Evander or whatever her name is. Talking about how she was cooking pizza yet again. Right. And had the baby co-sign on it. I said you was a little bit low though, having the baby co-sign. My thing is the only reason I brought him up is because of all these men that want to preach righteousness and preach to, like you said, basically women what they should do, and are, to me aren't speaking enough to men about the type of people that they should be, and also being good examples of who they should be. They always want to talk about how, you know what I mean, like ain't nobody perfect and we all fall short of the glory. Yeah, but I'm thinking you might fall short. Like maybe you gamble a little bit, or maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe like when you go through the checkout line, you always put one thing over for free. That's what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking you cheat. The main thing that you speak out against, I'm not thinking that's the main thing that you
really
do.
Sitting up there, you just cheating for real.
Well,
like,
for me,
how you just cheating? Like, what are you doing? And what are you talking about?
And y'all make it seem like it's so hard to stay faithful, and it's really not. If you like the woman that you're with,
let me tell you what a man.
With the woman that you're
has
with,
nothing to do with it though, Vanessa.
What does that have to do with Larry?
You can love the woman you with. She could be doing everything right, and the man and the man will still cheat.
Well, I heard that men don't. I heard men don't cheat because they don't love you. I hear men cheat because they want something different. So it's not that.
No.
Well, that's what you just said. You said you could be doing everything that you should be doing. You could be an attractive woman and all this, and a man can still cheat. So does that mean that he just then wants something different? It doesn't make you less of a woman. It just means that he wants something different than you.
Go ahead.
I don't even think men think about it that deeply. So it's not necessarily wanting something different, just wanting something new. And the conquest of repeating.
Nigga, that's what I just fucking said.
No, it's not.
How is new not different?
That's what you heard. New isn't always different.
Now,
see, you sound like a cheater. You sound like you're trying to like trick me up.
And this is
why a lot of women.
This is why a lot of women don't listen to men when they tell y'all shit.
Well, I'm getting married, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'm telling you, we just said the same thing. New, different. It's not you.
Okay.
Now I had a male friend of mine tell me something similar to what Larry said. It's the conquest type thing.
Right.
It's the conquest of, he broke this thing all down to me, telling me all about, we wouldn't understand why men cheat because they're hunters. And he broke down the scenario. He said, how many times y'all go out to the club and y'all got to hunt a man down? And I said, well, we don't really have to do that. He said, unless you want to do it. Unless you say, okay, I'm gonna choose him, I like him, and I'm going after him. He said, you all don't have to do it. He said, that's what we do, and we start doing it very, very early. So it's just in us. I mean, I call bullshit on it, but he was like, that's why we really, really cheat. I was like, okay.
I think
can I just say one thing? I'm not disagreeing with you. The only thing I'm saying is I said the same thing you just said. Whether you want to call it new, whether you want to call it different, it is still the conquest of it's not you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's new means different. It means it's not you. I need to do something different than you. That's what gets me off. Does that make sense to you?
Well, that's semantics. So for me,
that's what I'm saying. It's semantics. I'm saying, so we're both saying the same thing in a sense. Well, maybe you don't feel like that, so I won't push it.
Because you're hearing the same thing. This doesn't mean I'm saying the same. So,
well, don't pimp me out with the words. I'm just saying to you the same thing. I'm saying you're hearing something different than what I'm saying, and I'm saying to you and confessing that I agree with you, and I'm saying that we're basically saying the same thing, even though I may have said it in a way that was different, or you may have said it in a way that was different to me, I'm
agreeing
agreeing with you.
Here's why I made the distinction, Vanessa. Sometimes when you say something different, it still kind of implies that the woman wasn't doing something.
So what I just said.
Vanessa, 1 second.
So what I'm saying is, from a man's perspective, you could be doing everything right. You could be doing all the freak shit and all that, and a man will still cheat just because it's new. And the new chick may not be doing anything different than what you're doing. It's just a new chick. And I think the problem is where the word new and different is coming in that. When I'm saying new, I don't necessarily mean a new person. I mean, she's not doing anything new other than what the other chick was doing. So
I'm not gonna keep pressing it, because you're gonna keep saying I'm saying something different.
Oh, Vincent Smith.
I'm really not. I'm only saying the same thing you just said.
Vanessa, I said okay.
It don't make it better. The point I made was that it doesn't make it better than your stuff. It just makes it something new, as you said,
right,
or different, as I said. So
Vincent said cheating is a learned habit used for self-gratification.
I said
Vincent,
okay.
I hear
Vanessa
you.
15 minutes ago, and she still beat me up about this shit. I said okay.
Bro, I said okay 15 minutes ago, and you kept telling me I said something different. I disagree with Vincent in what I just said. I said I feel you, Vincent. The gentleman that just commented, we had already came on one. I kept saying I'm saying the same thing you saying.
Okay, babe. I don't want no.
And I'm agreeing with Vincent as well, as it's a learned behavior.
Barbara said he's giving the man point. Larry's giving the man point of view, and we as women don't want to hear it.
But here's the other thing I wanted to say about that. Even as a man who's cheated before, it's just certain shit you don't do. And I always say it's the right way to do wrong. So if you're going to step out there, that's on you as a man. You have to take accountability for that. You don't sit with the other chick and talk about your current woman like that's a no-no. And so that was the other, speaking of John Gray, like you should never get with the other chick and be like, yeah, she don't do this and she don't do that. Because I had women ask me that, like, why do you cheat? She don't do that. I said, I'm just a nasty motherfucker. That's why. Let's move on. We're not going to discuss her.
Vincent also says we cheat because we can, mostly until we're tired and or our options run out.
Now, I agree with that as well. I agree with that as well. Like Chris Rock said, you can stop chasing pussy, but you can't outrun it.
So you just basically telling us right now, here and now, is that y'all just basically get bored with one woman. That's it. And so you do it basically because it's something different, it's something new, and she just a different woman, and you can't just stick with the same old thing. I'm not necessarily implying that all men cheat, but that's really
that's a viable reason.
That's a viable reason.
It doesn't even have to be better. It doesn't even have to be better.
Okay.
In most cases, it's not.
Larry, I started with saying that, and the only reason I started with saying that is because as a woman who has been cheated on, the first thing that you kind of roll to is, why would you do that? Is she better than me? Is blah, 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 blah. And you have to stop yourself and say, look, maybe I'm not going to say she ain't now, but it ain't that she is. Sometimes it's just that you want something new. You want something different. You can, as Brother Vincent said, it's in your, you've created a habit of doing such. You haven't been called to do better. It's so many different reasons, but I think the main common denominator we're saying is the woman doesn't have to blame herself because it's generally something that's within the dude. Right. It has more to do about him than the woman in most cases.
So where's the logic behind ruining the relationship, ruining what y'all build? It's just a whole thing of, if I don't get caught, I'm good. But if I get caught, I just deal with it, or hope she say, okay, I'm going to give you another chance.
Well, we just say, this is the funny thing about men. When we get caught, we got to act like there's some shit beyond our control. Like, I remember Eric Benet got caught.
All the time.
Eric Benet got caught, and he said he was a nympho. But you never see brothers that's single saying they nymphos. There's always the married nigga that got caught cheating. You never see the 24-year-old brother in the college dorm like, man, I need to stop these bitches from coming through here. I got a problem. It's always somebody trying to get out of something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's how they act, though.
Always somebody trying to get out of something.
Right. But it's a very powerful urge. And I think also the way men are raised socially, women are taught to say no from the time they start developing. And it's a more of a social stigma for a woman to be freer when it comes to sex or promiscuous or whatever you want to call it. But men are taught that that's okay. And so even when you're in a relationship, generally speaking, men don't put other men under pressure to be faithful. It's almost like it's accepted. And so you think it's okay. You just doing what a man's supposed to do.
All right. So why is it not accepted when we cheat? Why we get murdered, and why is it such a great big issue when we do the same thing? What's different with us outside of the fact that we just women? I mean, what's the problem when we say, okay, well, he got a friend, I'm gonna give me a friend too? Why we can't? It's not accepted that a man will go crazy. It's almost like we use goods, but we take y'all use goods ass back all the time.
I think Vanessa she has something.
I was just gonna say, learn behavior, the opposite of what you just said, Larry. The same way you just said that men are, it's not such a big deal for them to be promiscuous. Excuse me.
Right.
But for women, or not exact opposite of what you said, but what you just said. But for women, we are taught, something different. And so for men, you're thinking that, a woman waits for, she might almost be a virgin by the time I get to her. And yes, and she should keep herself, blah, 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 except for these certain women, or whatever it is that our, weird learned behavior is. But I really do think it's about learned behavior instead of just understanding that we as human beings have a sexuality and react on it in some ways, and that depending on maturity, do certain things, blah, blah, blah. And that is no difference between man and woman in the way that our sexual behavior should be. But women are taught to be a bit more chaste and a little bit more, a bit more of the virgin kind and so forth.
And then when we're not that type of person, then we a whore and we are this and
that's what we got slut
baby. And, right. I mean, it just go all the way downhill for us.
Because these things come from, we live in a male-dominated society, and because men make the rules, so of course they're going to make shit that benefits them and not necessarily the woman. And there's always a saying that goes, what's fair is relative to who's in charge. But with women becoming more assertive, definitely a lot more educated, more independent, making more money than men, they're starting to change what that looks like. And so that's why you see a lot of things are happening that are just out of men's control, and women are kind of like taking back their freedom, and that being more liberal about what they do, being more assertive, being more aggressive, and that's
owning it. Owning it. Yeah.
Barbara said men can't handle the fact that their women was with someone else. Like one comedian said, just don't suck his.
Is this a gospel show, Dominique? You can't say.
No, I just read her comment like it was. That ain't no damn gospel show.
Okay.
You saw me work this weekend. I love the Lord, but I ain't gonna say I'm in no gospel show next.
Because we knew, I guess she meant dick, but you stopped.
Oh yeah.
Well, she put dot.
She put dot. So I'm assuming dick.
And even though she said it, she said dot. I still saw a dick. Like I was like,
right. I think they got the most to do with it. Y'all know what we do, and you can't handle the fact of us doing that with somebody else, or even more, depending on what he able to bring out of us that maybe you were unable to bring out of us.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And because men and women generally cheat for different reasons. Like a man could cheat with somebody he don't even really like or have any feelings for. It's just a sexual urge.
She said yes, dick.
But a lot of times when a woman cheat, they cheat and they fall in love. Like they like this motherfucker. It's a little different.
Sir, that's an old wives' tale. I done fucked me and nigga ain't felt a thing, child.
But Vanessa,
sometimes Larry, we don't be loving them like that though.
Okay, Larry, I'm gonna take that, but I'm just gonna say.
You didn't say not the rule. Generally speaking, I mean, if a woman gonna step out there and stay with the guy while she's with him and then still cheat, a lot of times it's something a little different about the other dude. And then when they ready, they'll leave your ass for him.
So you basically say y'all gonna stay at home and just cheat your ass off.
And the lady doing her prep.
Right.
A woman doing the prep work. She finna leave and shit.
Right.
She
and women that cheat with somebody better than your ass. So when they leave, it's an upgrade. You know damn well you don't want to leave your woman for the
Well, I can say I've definitely never cheated with a downgrade. I've never cheated with a downgrade.
No, ain't no reason to cheat with no downgrade. You wasting your time.
Right.
That's true.
Y'all go up, we go down. We cheat. We had, like women say,
when y'all go low, we go high.
Right. If they say, if you got steak, why you want potted meat? And I'm like, if you eat steak every day, potted meat good than a motherfucker. But you don't compare it to the steak. You don't want to replace.
You just realize it's different.
Yeah, it's just new, right? It's just different. It's not even on the same level of the shit, but you just wanted something different.
See, we brought it on home. We brought that on home.
Okay.
I just wanted to end that argument.
The steak with the potted meat moment. It wasn't in mine. Child, please. I'm getting married. I ain't nothing in my spirit. I know what I say. You got it. We understand each other. Blah, blah, blah. I meant that. You don't hold nothing in your chest. You let that go.
Sabrina said upgrade is true. Yeah, we do upgrade. And we get to loving him. We be like, you know what? I'm wasting my time down here at the bottom of the barrel. And in reality of it is, he probably still going to do the same thing we running from.
Right.
Because
but sometimes what happens is y'all make the dude y'all cheating with do shit you ain't making your man do. So it's like, damn. He got to spend more money. He taking you out. The other dude don't do none of that shit. He just come home if he feel like fucking you. He might, because he don't spend the minutes on his dick somewhere else. So it's
who's these hypothetical women you talking about?
Hypothetical. The same hypothetical men your ass talking about, Vanessa.
I wasn't talking about no hypothetical men. I was talking about the niggas I cheated on back in the day. They not hypothetical. I can give names. I'm talking about the hypothetical women you talking about.
I'm saying
that's making they do less. That's making the dude they cheating with do more than the dude they with.
Yeah, because a lot of times that's why they do it. They do it because something is.
So which one was you, Larry? Was you the dude that was doing more, or was you the dude getting cheated on?
Well, to my knowledge, that's never happened to me. But you know, y'all slick. I could have been cheated on.
You had to be somebody.
All I can say is I don't know. I've been an other guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you had some real respect for women. You ain't even know if you was getting cheated on. Cause they was real. They respected you, Larry. You ain't really know. Cause we can be real cool about it because y'all so self-assured though.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Y'all get so self-assured.
She said she was at least respectable enough.
She wasn't
doing it off in your face like that.
You
had gained enough respect, right?
A woman can cheat on you. And just her knowing she did it is satisfaction enough that she got your ass back. That's good enough.
There you go.
Julie said, look at Vanessa's face. That's Julie King. Vanessa was looking like, yeah, okay. Y'all do. Now, another thing that came on down about Derek Jackson, when he came on there to apologize, his wife, she just looked very subpar in her clothing. It's like she had on her head rag that you sleep in.
It looked like she was packing clothes, like she was cleaning up, spring cleaning. And he said, "Come here, real quick."
Right.
And just pulled her to do it because she said, "I'm not putting no extra shit on for this. If you want to talk about it, we're gonna talk about it. I'm not putting no extra shit on." And the one thing I appreciate about the internet, man, I say this: nobody talked about her natural physical beauty because she actually was quite pretty.
Yeah,
absolutely. Everybody, you could see
absolutely.
That. The thing everybody kept saying,
even when she was dressed down, I was like, she fine. She pretty.
She just said, "I'm not putting on shit."
Right.
I'm not dolling this shit up.
And
this shit ain't cute. I'm not putting on shit for you.
And I think she did it on purpose. She said, "This empire coming down, I'm gonna help it come down." She got on there and made it look like he don't give a shit about women. She was sitting up there, and he be all in his muscle shirt.
Right.
He pulling his shirt every 5 minutes.
Tight knit.
Yeah. She looked like she was coming out that kitchen and told the kids don't go by the stove. The grease still hot. And she was just sitting there looking odd. But I mean, I guess if you're in that situation,
she's over it.
She over it. Ain't no sense in getting dressed up for him.
No,
Yeah.
and for that, why am I gonna get dressed up for that?
Yeah, for what reason?
And the follow-up video, child, was not any better. She had on a purple hat. She had a couple of her natural curls coming out the back, and had on a gray fatigue shirt, honey. She was ready for war. I
And
said,
she
"Oh,
said
She did a follow-up video. I missed
she
that.
did a follow-up video
She
and
did a
said,
follow-up
I
video.
heard y'all talk about my outfit and talk about how bad I look, but
She
I'm
said, I
not
don't-
here for that. I don't care.
She
I'm
invoked
here.
Jesus a lot. She kept him out in Jesus' name.
When somebody keeps saying in Jesus' name, you can't
That's
even
when you
comment
know
no more.
you really can't.
Once you
You
start
really
hearing in
can't.
Jesus' name, you like, well, let me just listen and stay in my
Because
place.
it's
So I
already
get
covered by the
struck
blood.
down.
It's
Right.
already
Yeah,
covered by
you
the
know what
blood.
I'm
It
saying?
ain't even about them at that point. You like about to disrespect Jesus.
Yeah, you can't disrespect these, so you just gotta sit there and be like, she right.
Yes.
She right. So that's really what she invoked in. Vincent said,
Because also, go ahead.
I owe
Vincent.
you some money, Dom. I ain't forgot. You can cash out me anytime. Get ready, Vincent. Don't worry about it.
It ain't too late. It
It
ain't never too late.
Ain't so that was really they talked about her appearance, but I just think that
but they did not talk about they just said she looked fed up, and how dare you as a man do your bullshit and then pull her. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to sit here and hold your hand, nigga. You deal with
and then he still
you was the one sitting in the car with the bullshit. Sit in the car, tell him what you did. Why is you pulling me?
Right? Why
this?
we gotta look like a united front now?
Did I fuck her? Did you give me some of that pussy?
Right.
Yeah.
Unless we both got the pussy, why is we both talking about it? Now I'm sorry, I got rude. I got rude, but I'm just saying.
Fucking?
Was we holding hands when you was fucking? That's my main question. If we wasn't holding hands,
making a video, a heartfelt apology,
and putting a nice and listen, and Larry,
like a hostage tape.
And put a nice picture of his wife in the little picture. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't have to have her sitting up there. But while you talking, put this real nice y'all wedding picture or something, something real nice. But she was looking nice, and you just talk about all your bullshit, talk about what a saint she has been. You don't make her sit there and hold your hand. I'm with you, Larry.
Yeah,
but he
was trying to save his brand. It wasn't even about real.
Baby, your brand is gone. Your brand was
over. You done cheated. It's over. Who gonna listen to you now?
Well, there's some desperate women that was listening to their muscles.
No, I'm saying, but now. I ain't talking about before, but now. You out here doing the same thing. They trying to escape. They reading your damn book and everything else, and you out here doing the same thing as all the men you talking about.
They talking about they trying to get one of you, and you one of the problems.
Yeah. I don't know, Dom. I think the pastors have proven that they had stand up.
Come on now, Larry.
And people still support him, still go to church, make excuses for him. So I don't know if he might still have a brand. People might still listen to that.
Folks still Catholic, even though they touching the boys.
Right.
Folks are still Baptist, even though they fucking the ladies. Yeah. They can have a whole side chick and they still show up.
Thank you, Mercedes. I appreciate y'all. There's hair in my chicken.
What she say, Chad?
There's hair in my chicken. That's something from Magooby. Somebody got upset talking about it was hair in their chicken or something, and they just lost their damn mind in the middle of the show. Wow. And had to be escorted out.
No, God.
Yeah.
Not hair in the chicken.
That's what they said. I don't know. I was on stage. I was just trying to make sure I ain't need to make a mad dash. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, we just getting back out here.
Deborah Richardson said the mistress is orchestrating this. She must be pregnant. Okay, now.
She don't care. She said, "Look, you knew you was married. Now I got to make it public."
Here's another thing that he did, even as a former cheater.
Okay, what he did?
He had sex with the woman in his house, from what I heard.
Yeah,
what?
That's another no-no.
Yeah, he had sex at his house.
Are these allegations, or do you know this?
They said he took the girl to his house and had sex with her.
They sure did.
Does she have receipts?
She got receipts, they say, Vanessa.
You know,
she got pictures.
You know women that describe your whole motherfucking house in detail.
And with your birthmark.
And shit.
And your birthmark.
Yeah, they had described everything, where your motherfucking shit was at on your side of the bed and all that.
It was a grease stain on the left side of the kitchen counter. Right.
What color your comforter was and shit.
The bed, the picture frame on the night.
Tell me y'all don't use Tide. Tell me y'all don't use Tide with bleach. Tell me that right now.
And y'all use the pods, bitch. I know how to pod.
Tell me y'all don't use Tide pods. Tell me you don't. Right. They had that little simple shit.
And who
like,
got a
so y'all dog name ain't Twinkie? So y'all dog's name ain't Twinkie. Okay.
Do you really? Okay, this is an interesting comment. Deborah Richardson said he's being blackmailed.
Well, if he
You
wouldn't have put
think
his
so?
black dick nowhere, he couldn't be blackmailed if his black dick would have been in his pants.
Well, I would have to agree.
You can't be blackmailed if you didn't do anything.
Right, you ain't do shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's probably
so I can't feel sorry for you if somebody caught you or blackmailed you or extorting you even. The facts are just the facts. I mean, yeah, you don't have to give them money. You can say, listen, I'm not giving them a dime, but I will have to tell my ugly truth. And my ugly truth is they're going to come out with pictures and text message and so forth because I cheated on my wife. So I'm not going to give them any money, but I do now. I'm losing you. I'm losing my integrity and so forth and so on because I fucked off on my wife.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically what people will do is charge you for your image. That's what black.
But if they couldn't. If you had nothing for them to charge you for, Larry, can somebody charge you for cheating?
No, what I'm saying is when somebody blackmails you, they're basically charging you to keep your image intact. So it's like, which is worth more? Like you said, I come out with your ugly truth, or how much do you want for me to keep this shit?
Again, if you were not to do anything wrong, can't nobody say you did shit. Or they could say it, but there would be not. You would be like, whatever. You did something. Keep your dick in your pants.
It don't even matter with him though, because he didn't have to come out and all the way confess. And I mean, I guess people do call that integral. So I guess he will.
Not if your back is up against the wall, though. I think his hand was pushed, and again, he was trying to do that marketing strategy 101, get ahead of the situation, because he denied it. The rumors came out, and they said he made a video vehemently denying the charges, and then that makes you look even worse when you got to come out and say, all right, y'all motherfuckers was right, I got caught. Right. That's basically what you're doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Deborah, let me ask Deborah Richardson, do you know this for a fact, or you just think that's what's happening? Do you got some tea or something we don't know nothing about? But another viewer, Barbara, said he had no choice in that situation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, come on now.
He did.
You don't.
And he had them all up in her house.
Like you say, maybe you paid somebody, maybe you didn't, maybe you paid them once, now they want some more. Point is, if you fucked around, anything comes. I mean, my mama taught us this when we were young, and your old people tell you this: anything you do in the dark, come to the light. So don't do shit in the dark that you don't want to come forward. There's nothing that I have done, including cocaine, that I can't say. Yeah, I did that cocaine. You can't hold that against me.
No.
Now, do you got some more?
She said it ain't nothing to do with integrity. She said always follow the money. You always got to follow the money. So
that's exactly. And I'm saying when your integrity is flawed, that fucks with, as you said before, with your image, which fucks with your money. So follow them. You know what I mean?
Right. She said, I'm a professional other woman. I know how this works. Okay, I feel that.
Well,
so she understands. She see what's going on here clearly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's amazing that he fucking had to recant like that. I mean, it's just, and that's the other reason it didn't seem genuine. It just didn't seem believable. Like, I didn't feel that he was remorseful or he felt bad. It was just like he was just saying the shit.
But is he supposed to be really religious? Is that his part of his thing? Because I don't watch him. Is he a man of God? Is that part of his whole thing?
Well, he does.
That started now since he got caught.
Sprinkle that in, like, but he's not overtly with it, but he kind of brought it in with the apology. Like, I wasn't acting as a man of God, and and so.
So he probably got a church home, but he's not an evangelist.
Right. And he also was saying, I'm taking accountability in third person. How the fuck can you take accountability and you referring to yourself, what's his name? Derek Jackson. Yeah, Derek Jackson messed up. Like, no, nigga, you messed up.
Yeah, he did. I don't know
why you act like it's outside of you. Like,
right.
You're right.
No, you did this on purpose. You was inside of you when you cheated with that woman. Brought her in your house. Yeah, brought her in your house. I mean, he didn't bring her in the house.
God. Not in their house.
Yo, that's something you just.
That just puts the worst on it.
I always say it's certain things you could do that you can potentially come back for, and come back from. And so I think sometimes women have forgiven men for cheating, but you fuck their friends, You had sex with their family members. You have sex
in the house.
You sit up there and talk about her and tell
she was drinking out my glasses
to the other woman. That shit just it's hard.
She took a shower in my shower.
I'm sure. Hopefully I hope
she drank out of one of my cups.
Yeah, I hope so. Deborah said he's a self-proclaimed relationship expert. That's why he's so good at advice.
He said not self-proclaimed.
From experience, I know that's why.
He said not self-proclaimed, though.
I mean, that do kind of make sense. That's why they, the cyber police, they hire hackers and shit. I
never saw his certifications. But
you don't need certifications no more, do you?
Nah, we don't have it. That's the thing about social media. You don't have no quality control on this.
Yeah, none of it. You can just get on there and talk and say, I made all this up, but this is what I think. And people gonna be like, I think like you.
Right, I'm a health professional. Only eat blueberries for 2 weeks. You be like, okay,
that sounds right.
That feels different. Okay, and blueberries and kale.
All that's gonna happen is you just gonna have purple shit. That's it.
So listen, y'all. We got a segment we do on this show called Air It Out. Both of y'all got 2 minutes to air it out about whatever you want to. It could be funny. It could be serious. It just could be whatever, because we believe laughter heals on this show.
It does.
We also believe that when you don't get stuff off your chest and you don't let stuff out, it don't hurt nobody but you. So that's why we got a segment called Air It Out. So we're going to start with you, Vanessa, and I'm going to tell you when you on the clock, you got 2 minutes and your time starts now. Air it out, Vanessa.
Well, first of all, I want to air out the fact that I didn't know we was going to air it out, so I didn't have nothing on my mind exactly.
That's the point.
I don't like being caught off guard and shit for 2 minutes straight. If I was going to air some, man, I think we talked about this before, Dominique, briefly. I don't like poetry. I don't like poetry that much. I don't know. I don't mean to be an asshole. I don't mean to come against anybody specifically or directly, because I don't know a lot of white poets. So it sounds like I'm coming against black people. Do you know some white poets?
I don't know anybody.
White popular poets? I really don't.
No,
you know what I mean?
I
we know Langston Hughes, Maya Angelou. Do you know any white poets? Was Robert Frost a poet, or was he just an author?
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, so I don't like poetry that much. It might be because I used to date a poet, and so he used to always be rhyming at me, and he didn't do regular poetry either. He did that exotic poetry. So he was always like, it's like, I'm gonna open up the lips of your soul, not the ones on your face, but the ones below. And if only I could dip into you for a few minutes and feel the wetness of your thoughts, and not just the wetness of your thoughts, but let your thoughts drip down into my mouth and then you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, it just, I used to get on my nerves so bad.
All that to say, I'm trying to fuck. That's it.
All that, and then it was just too much. Like, it just was too much. And then I met all his friends. Nobody was making money. Now, this round that all up, one of my best girlfriends, love her to death. She's actually a really great poet and a teacher. I actually know another really great poet from Chicago. He writes books. He's on commercials. He's on a bunch of stuff. He actually was on Kanye West. So I'm not going to yell out all the poets' names because I'd be going against what this rant is about. But the point is, there's a couple of them I fuck with. There's a couple of them I fucks with, and they know I fucks with them. But, and I'm not going to say the people I don't fuck with, but this recent attention on poetry has got my ass itching. I seen it at the Super Bowl. I said, well, are you saying a poem about Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes? What the fuck? Are we rising up? What the fuck is this poem? You know what I'm saying? Then I seen a poem about something else. I said, now shit. I think I seen a poem about college. I said, I don't want to go. God damn, it was a poem about beauty products. Chat, they was giving me a poem about my period. I said, I'm over it. I said, I don't want to, when the flow gets too much for you and you need to get the right go. You know, I said, don't rhyme to me about my motherfucking menstrual cycle. It just got to the point, I just don't like poetry.
You don't have
so that
time.
My time is up. All I'm saying, God bless anybody that's getting blessed by it. Is a form of creativity, but
I love poetry though, but it's just
stay on the point. I just can't. I can't go no motherfucking poetry set, nigga. I be sleep. I can't. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Larry, 2 minutes, head out. You on the clock.
Okay, I gotta be real careful about my words, but I've been noticing a lot of people have been talking about stop Asian hate, and I really appreciate the fact that we can exercise humanity. But my question is to the other races, why don't they collectively stand against things when it's black people? And so my thing is, it's a saying that says, if they come for you at night, they'll come for me in the morning. So I think we have to take our cues from other people who've been able to successfully push their social agenda, like the Jewish community, like the Asian community, and others, because they collectively respond when something negative or unpleasant happens to them. And so we respond when negative things and unpleasant things happen to everyone else, right? But when it's us, we kind of standing out there alone. And so we either have to convince other people that it's in your best interest to support us when it's us, or learn how to mind our goddamn business. And what happens to you, and we deal with things when it happens to black people, and we stick with that. So we either gonna be united, right? Or we gonna mind our goddamn business. Not we only united when it's y'all, but when it's us, we don't hear shit. So,
but what if I'm part Asian though?
That's deep.
And black.
Part Asian and black. I guess you got mixed feelings about it.
No, but that was deep, Larry, because I was talking to somebody and they had that same take on the situation. Right. You know what I mean? When nobody comes to our rescue. Right. You know, and collectively. And it might sound cold what you saying, but that's the hard reality of it.
But if everybody else does it, like when the LGBTQ has an issue, they stick to their issue and they push their agenda. They don't really get mixed up in everybody else's shit.
Right.
Same with the Jewish community. When they have a problem, they respond as the Jewish community. They don't really get mixed up in everybody's issue. We jump on everybody else's bandwagon, but then when it's our turn, you know, it seems to be we're left alone. And so we got to examine that.
That was excellent. Yeah.
I'm a little too ignorant to comment.
Julie said she had mixed feelings. I hear what Larry's saying because I heard somebody else say that and they were like,
I've heard it too, right?
Yeah, they were like, oh, that's wrong. But I don't think that is wrong. And I don't think that it. Go ahead, Larry.
Let me clarify, because I can tell by some of the comments. What I'm not telling black
people. Where y'all reading all these comments?
You gotta look under comments.
I'm not telling anybody not to be humane and speak out against what's wrong.
Absolutely right.
What I am saying is, for the ones who don't do it when it's us, you need to start standing up when it's us. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling anybody not to speak out against Asian hate or any other type of hate. But black people have been catching hell for a long time at a longer, more sustained, more severe rate than anybody on the planet.
Absolutely.
So where's our goddamn cheerleaders?
Yeah.
Where's our support when it's necessary? And it's beneficial to you to do so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just now seeing the comments.
I don't know. I was putting some.
No, I only saw the ones you put up. I didn't see the ones on the side.
They'll come on.
I see them now.
He's saying, don't say Asian ham. That's not what.
I don't think you said anything specifically. I think you just said let's examine. I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like you were saying nothing specific. Like don't help somebody. I think you just said let's examine the kind of support that others give us. And how much. You know, he said, no, I'm laughing at Larry saying mixed feelings, and that's because she said, yeah, I know. He said no pun intended.
No, that's the truth of the matter. And I don't know what it's going to take for us. I want to give a shout out to the people that lost their lives in Columbine, you know, that lost their lives in Atlanta.
In Colorado.
In Colorado, yeah. I said Columbine.
Boulder. It's okay.
Boulder, Colorado. And that's where Columbine happened. So we got to deal with in this country domestic terrorism.
Yeah,
so we got to
go ahead. Call the shit what it is. Like they still, the FBI still trying to act like they trying to figure out what happened in Atlanta was it a hate crime? They like, well, we still trying to investigate. Like it's always this bullshit when white boys do something and it's a lot of ambiguity. But if that had been a Middle Eastern person, they'd have been quick to say it was fucking terrorism.
Oh, with a dude in Boulder, Colorado, they said he Muslim, so they very well they're probably going to call it terrorism on this front. But for them to say that the dude in Atlanta, he was having a bad day and this, that, and the other, and that he had diabetes and all this other nonsense and bullshit.
And then they try to say it was just about sex. It was just a sexualized like it didn't have any, but they all just happened to be goddamn Asian. It ain't had nothing to do with that.
And people with stuff with sexual issues like that, they usually rapists and stuff like that. You'd have never heard of a history of people that had.
There's so many other places to stop to handle that sexual aggression before you got to them three specific spots.
So that's what it was. But you know, until one of our problems is we're never going to get ahead until white people are profiled anyway. They're the only group of people that aren't profiled in this country. Everybody else is profiled, just not white people. They won't even tell you. They won't even tell you the race of the suspect when they white. It take them some, like they got to build up to say, okay, let's show it.
Caucasian male.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you another nationality, they put it up right away. Here we go get with their ass. You know,
we don't know his name, but he was Mexican.
Yeah.
Right.
The first thing they said about the dude before they even said his name, he Muslim. That was the first thing they said. So, you know, we got work to do.
We got work to do.
Really, they got work to do. Shit,
they got work to do.
They
got work to do.
They got a job, sugar.
And I always say this, that I don't think all white people come under this category. Because what I don't do is I don't view every race as monolithic like they do us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think every white person come under this category, but I also think that they got a responsibility in moving the ball forward. You know what I'm saying? They need to collectively, like every other group needs to do, collectively come together and say, we have to stop. This got to be tamed. We got to calm this situation down here. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that, but you know, my heart go out to those people, families, but we got to look out for ourselves. Y'all been great. So I want y'all to tell these people your social media handles, where they can find you and what you got coming up, where they can come out and see y'all work and all that kind of stuff. Even if it's virtual comedy, Vanessa, it don't matter. We in that world right now.
Well, look me up at Vanessa Fraction. First name is Vanessa, like Huxtable or Del Rio, depending on how you were raised. But
you went back on that one, Vanessa.
You know,
she told her whole age on that one, Larry.
That was my first crush right there, Vanessa.
You know how she was, baby. So yeah, Vanessa Fraction, just like multiplication or division, but I'm a fraction. You can look me up on YouTube. I have a lot of great videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm being a new podcast real soon. So just be following me and I'll tell you all about it. It's going to be popping. So anyways.
Right.
Oh, and I'm getting married, 4321. So.
Yeah.
When you get married?
In 2 weeks.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much here in Atlanta. So I'm excited. And then I'll be picking up comedy more after that. But I'm just, I've been planning the wedding. So it's been all,
Okay.
That.
Congrats on that, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. You can catch me Throwback Saturdays with Larry Lancaster, DJ Mike Nice on my own radio show, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on WEAA 88.9. That's Morgan University. And if you're streaming or listening on any device, you can go to weaa.org and listen. We play great music, man. It's the throwback stuff, the kind of stuff we grew up on. We talk about all kind of topics. We talk about everything from politics to pap smears. Also, you can catch me on all social media at comedian Larry Lancaster, and you can keep up with my dates. I got stuff starting to pick up in April, so you can go on my Instagram page and Facebook and see a lot of the stuff that I have coming up. Also, you can catch me on Mondays with my man Grady, Ballhead, Antoine Scott, and DJ Sidekick and my man Marlon Mitchell from Chicago. We have Alpha Nations, a podcast that comes on the YouTube channel at 9:30, and y'all can check that out. And that's a great conversation.
Those are my homies.
Yes, I'm gonna
And so,
definitely
yeah.
be in there. And Frederick says, congratulations, Vanessa. Julie
you,
says,
Frederick.
congratulations.
Thank you,
Congratulations
Julie.
to y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in and watching Dominique the Podcast. We'll be here every week, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we out, and I appreciate y'all.
Peace. Bye. Love you, Dominique.
I love you too, Larry. Love you
too, Larry. Thank you. Love you, Dominique.
Love you too, Vanessa.